All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to VR Master League. We're here on Channel 1, about to begin our streams for the evening. On the cast today, I'm Palidore, being joined by Chaotic. And yeah, welcome everybody to the stream. How's it going?
It's going good. It's been a long day, so I'm ready to sit back and watch some Echo as always. I recognize a couple of these names, so I'm super excited for this match. Funny enough, Storm and Sonic Roland are former teammates. I had no idea they were playing when I signed up for this cast, so this is exciting.
Oh, there you go. Also, I think I should let me try and move you to the box spot. I'm gonna get you there. All right, there you go. There we go. Okay, good enough. So we got the first match of the day here in a string of 3. There will be even more coming after that a little later on. But without further ado, we'll do what we can do to get back into the first round of EXC versus Trash Pandas. Trash Pandas in blue, EXC in orange. Again, I'm Palidore, being joined by Chaotic here in VRML 1. So thank you all for joining. You also have prediction polls up now for a couple more minutes if you want to vote on those. Now, first joust, Possession Storm.
And Storm is going to have that, passing that over to Sonic Roland, who's going to immediately send that back. Storm taking his time for a second before dishing it back to Sonic Roland, who gets it stolen by Jack British. Jack British now going for that clear through the tubes, getting stuck in trap, picked up by Duller Ranger with an awesome little slap reset to Sonic Roland, who sends it back to Duller Ranger, clearing that through all the way into the hands of Storm. Storm with the open lane, taking the shot. No, off the ding ring.
Always unfortunate when you have that open one and then you miss it. You always, if the round ends up with a 1 score differential, you always think about the ones you could get back. Ones just like that, but Mort here on that note. Mort coming in, just saw him again at Redshift, and this is his first VRML match since Season 3. Took a season break there, and now breaking the chains. It's Sonic Roland, that rather, with a first goal in the bottom pocket. That was nice as the stun came in.
Very nice indeed. Always nice to see points early. Really sets the tone for the rest of the match. So we'll see how Trash Pandas answers back now with this joust coming up.
So back to Mort for a second here. Again, he took off Season 4. Last played on There Is a Team and Baked over in Season 3. Gold and Diamond teams respectively there. So, you know, he's a guy with a lot of history for sure. And good to see him back in the arena as Dill Warby makes his way up the floor.
Warby making his way up the floor, crossing over back to Poor Boy. Oh no, the shot is saved by Storm. Storm bounce clearing that through the tubes. That was beautiful. The stack is there for Trash Panda. Zamasu picking that up, drifting slowly to the floor, looking for some options. Slowing it way down, opting for maybe a Joker train coming up. No, opts for the pass instead. Over to Jack British on station. Jack British passing that back to Dill Warby. Dill Warby sending that over to Zamasu. Zamasu taking it in by himself. No, gets stunned before he can do anything with it, so it will be in the hands of Jack British recovering. Jack British sending that over to Dark Poor Boy. Dark Poor Boy going for the reset again to Jack British. Jack British over to Dill Warby. Dill Warby up to... nope, stolen again by Sonic Roland, who's going to get that cleared all the way out. Not quite all the way out. Almost out.
Well, stolen by Roland, but Roland getting stunned over here. Dill Warby as well by Storm. Taken back by Zamasu and lining up a pass down to that Root. Now the Root trying to make their way up, but a nice pick-off coming in from Sonic. Another pick back taken by the Trash Pandas offense as they make their way up the floor. And trying to get it into the bubble, but not quite steady on the push, so they will lose the disc. Back into the other zone. The stacks meeting each other there, stunning each other there. Duller Ranger getting stunned out. And Dark Poor Boy with a possession and a clear. And now all the players launching off for yet another flurry down the floor. Not a lot of steady control, now just trying to find that first, maybe extra pass. Otherwise, oh, here goes an open goal the other way, but again they miss. Storm barely on that miss and a recovery there to Sonic. Sonic with another pass attempt, but a lot of disarrayed gameplay here. As you can see, the pass is just kind of going everywhere but where they want to be.
Can't quite make it in the goal, can't quite make it to their teammates, so Trash Pandas will execute here, maybe with the goal. The three-pointer, no, missing just off the backboard, going by Sonic Roland, so it'll be recovered by Jack British for the Pandas. Bouncing it off Rock, that was an interesting little bounce, but it worked because it got to Dill, who crosses that over to Zamasu. Zamasu trying to send it back under pressure, can't quite get that pass to work, so Duller Ranger's going to have that, clearing that all the way through into the trap area, picked up by Dill Warby. Dill Warby bouncing around on the wall, looking for some options, looking for some space. Slowing it down. Finally finding Jack British up at Cloud. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
And Yeah, take it away. I'm having some technical difficulties. I'm going to try to fix that real quick.
Hopefully no tech issues here for the players as they will try to cause a great issue inside the goal. There it is. Grab a tissue. And they will finally find that goal. It's 2-2. And we're how many? 4 minutes. 4 minutes plus, actually. Wow. Into this first round. So, hey, took a little while, but now we've got the first goal for both teams on the board. Coming in from Zamasu and Sonic Roland there. Off to the launch again. A
Hit by Storm for EXE.
Oh, you're good now, hopefully?
I'm good now. Sorry, I didn't say that. Still learning. Cash and trainer, guys. Picked up now by Jack British. Moving around. Yeah, okay, Palidore. A missed pass there by Trash Pandas, but Zamasu picks that up anyway. Crossing over to Dilwarby. Dilwarby finding Jack British. Jack British putting that in, and there's another 2 points, wasting no time between those goals.
Love that. Jack British putting in the English, I suppose, but that pass was nicely delivered to really open up the easy lanes. In the chat there, aha, yes, or haha, yes. Hello. First-time chatter saying hello, Pally, and also to Bally Eats and Canada Dry. Great to see you. Oliver Ending here, roster member of the Trash Pandas, and for that matter, captain of the Trash Pandas, I do believe. So welcome to the stream, and to the Twitch channel is Della Ranger. Doing a good job to dislodge that stack several times, in fact, to enable the front line to work it up the floor. They do need to push this, though.
They do need to push this, giving Mort way too much time, getting a duck in before attempting to cross out to Dilla Ranger. The pass is a little bit off, though, and the stack is a little off, too. They're not going to have it. Thankfully, that backup stack is going to have it. Zamasu trying to get that cleared out, finding the trap area instead. Dilla Ranger now getting a slap off to the other side of the field. Not sure who's going to be there first. It'll be Zamasu. But he gets stunned out before he can do something with it. Storm gets stunned out before he can do something with it. So Jack British has this now. Trying to cross this over to Dilwarby.
Oh, Dollar Ranger also taking it back and has Storm on the bottom of the bubble. Really, all 4 players now you can see on the bottom of the floor. Dollar perhaps recognizing that before dislodging and going over to that shoulder. Shoulder off and no one guarding him, so just walked it all the way home. It's 4-4 in this first round.
Very nice indeed. 3.5 minutes left. We're tied up. I always like it. I mean, it might be too early to call it now, but considering how even this pace has been, can we get an overtime, please, on my first Channel 1 cast?
Maybe. I had, in week 1, my first 4 casts, I had 4 overtimes across those ones, so you never know. Could happen. And JD, what's up? JD is here. Glad to see him in the Twitch chat. Definitely made some waves over in Redshift land just a few weeks ago. Has a nice pick by Dollar Ranger coming in. And that's right down the lane through the subway sandwich. Hello to you as well.
Sonic Roland doing some moves, trying to get rid of it. Can't quite find his target, so it'll be in the hands of Dilwarby. Gets stunned by Storm. Storm opting for the one-on-one. What a save by Zamasu. Well done. Going for that bounce clear off the trench. Getting by one player, but not the second EXE player, as Mort is going to get that over to Storm. Storm getting stunned before he can handle it, so Jack British slaps it back to Dilwarby. And Dilwarby going for the clear. It's going to be picked up by the stack. Dilwarby again, sending that down. The open lane is there. Flipping upside down to ceiling is Jack British, who opts to slow this one down a little. Look for that reset. Finds it in the form of Zamasu on the back line. Zamasu going back to Jack British now on the ceiling. Jack British crossing. No, intercepted by Storm, and Storm is going to get this cleared out.
And kind of throwing it right to the defense, unfortunately. But more fortunately, they do actually get their stacks back and recover here for a reset. So not able to capitalize on that were the EXE players, and right past the midfield EXE players, they make their way down the floor. That could be an open goal impending, as it will be recovered by Dark. Dark to the back and Dill to the front. They've got an open goal and in a stride. A little risky, went soft with it. The defense was there, but then again, not there enough. Nice job to put them ahead by 2. But got about a minute and a half left, and Trash Panda's in control by a slim margin.
You know, I once heard it called when you get those stuns off right as they're about to take the shot, but you overshoot the disc, a drive-by save, and I've been in love with that phrase ever since.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. If I can drive by into the front lane and maybe get some defense here, because if we want that overtime, it's going to be EXE needing to score here soon.
Indeed, that disc is loose though, and it's going to be in the hands of Zamasu. Zamasu losing the disc though, recovering thankfully, trying to get that cleared through, ends up with an unfavorable bounce off of double diamonds. It's alright, in the end the disc does get through though. The stacks are away, we'll see who has that first. It'll be Poor Boy, numbers in the bubble, getting it to Zamasu. Zamasu! Oh, you hate to see it.
Well, it depends on who you are, I guess. Zamasu would love to see it. That was kind of 2 in a row now I've seen. Now, Trash Pandas haven't been punished for it, granted, but kind of 2 where they took it in almost so soft that both the last 2 shots were very savable is the main point. So, it's worked out for them. I mean, they're ahead by 4 now with only 30 seconds, so barring an immediate shot here, Trash Panda should be good, but one of those things that definitely, you'll say, had it gone the other way, then you'd be wishing, oh, I should have gone with it, you know, full energy instead of just kind of the light jog. But that said, you know, they've got the game, they've got the round, that is to say, by 6 solid points, really picking up the pace here those last couple minutes.
Indeed, and this round will be over now with a final score of 4-10 in favor of Trash Panda. A solid round from both teams. But unfortunately, in the end, despite that even pace at the beginning, Trash Panda's still pulled away in front of EXE. I'm saying unfortunately because not that I'm biased, but I would like to see Storm and Sonic do well.
Oh yeah, well,
but they've certainly earned the round.
Yeah, anyone who listens to a lot of the cast anyways, they know. I mean, my allegiance just goes to whoever's kind of the current underdog. I'll still get hyped for every good play that happens, believe me, but as far as, who I'm rooting for to come back in a particular round, it's just whoever's down. And then if the team who was down goes back on top, well, then I'm cheering for the other team again a little bit more. I don't know. Call me selfish, but I just want OTs and round 3s all day, so that's what I cheer for.
Well, I unfortunately have scrims later, so we could maybe minimize the OTs just this once. Maybe just 1 OT. 1 OT, is that good for you?
How about 1.5? Don't think about it too hard.
1.5 OTs. Okay, I'll take it. I'll allow it.
Canada Dry asking, what's my favorite cheese? Honestly, I don't have one. What about you, Sai?
Fresh mozzarella.
Solid.
And all cheeses.
There you go. I don't really have an answer because I think the amount of cheeses that I know and that I've tried is limited to pretty much the basics, American, cheddar, Swiss, mozzarella, Gouda. That's probably all the cheeses I've ever tried. So I don't know. If any of you guys are going to see me at LANs in like the next 1 to 2 months, bring me some cheese. And off to round 2.
You want a cheese tour?
Yeah. I mean, I would love that.
Anyway, this round 2 now getting underway. Stacks seem to be a little slow, but it will be in the hands of Dill Warby, who gets stunned up by Storm. Storm sending that through, immediately picked up by that backstack. That backstack can't quite find the clear, though, as it will be in the hands of Sonic Roland now. Sonic Roland taking the shot! No! Just a little bit off, bouncing out of the bubble before it ends up in the hands of Jack British, who gets that clear, almost through, into the hands of Mort. Playing a little ping pong right now. Picked up by nobody as that bounce is a little unfavorable. Sonic Roland has it now, slowing it down a little bit. Going all the way back to Bowtie, looking for some options. Finds it in the form of Storm. Storm, no! Saved by Dill Warby, who's going to get that cleared through tunnel.
See, I got you, Zaninja. It's like I'm psychic, huh? But that said, shot here from that side line. Couldn't quite find the hole, but also Bally, go to the VOD and rewind. I responded to in a 30-second fashion. Basically, I haven't tried enough cheeses to have a favorite, but if you happen to be seeing me at a LAN in the next couple months, then bring some! That said, say cheese, because the camera's on, and so was a shot from Storm.
Very nicely done. That is, they scored first last round as well, right?
It took so long, I can't remember.
I think it was, and I think it was about 1.5 minutes too. So you know what? If anything, EXE is consistent.
Exactly. You love to see that kind of consistency. And really, for a team who just lost round, it's also good to see them score first. That's how you know that maybe they're going to be in a better rhythm this round. You just don't want to start off on the same foot, basically, you left off on if you're the team who went down a round is all. So, nice job. See if they can defend here now.
And defend they will try. Zamasu has it, sending it back to Jack British. Jack British crossing that over to Dark Poor Boy. Sending it back to Jack British again. Now finding Zamasu just outside the bubble. Zamasu doing some moves, taking a bold shot on Storm. Storm said, get that out of my house, and tries to bounce that out of the bubble. But it will be picked up by Dark Poor Boy, who sends it immediately over to Zamasu. Zamasu to Jack British, almost getting a stun off. Back to Zamasu. No! Disconnected on the cut. It's okay, though. Dill is there for his team. Sending that over to Zamasu again, who gets stunned out. Now Sonic Roland has it, and Sonic is going to get that clear through the tubes.
And some super aggressive defense coming in. I like to see that from EXC. I think there was that one open lane from that barrier cross that was just missed, but everything else, they are pretty tightly played there defensively. Backline, though, dubstep disc, losing the handles, and, oh, poor boy, might have crashed there. Oh, well, that said, it's going to be here to Mort. Again, trying to make this grand return and maybe get the first victory since he last played in Season 3 towards the end. But that said, so far, kind of another series of stalemates, really, very similar to that first round, or at least the first half of the first round.
Yep, nobody able to quite do anything with it yet. Almost 3 minutes into this game, only one score. Now in the hands of Dill Warby, who gets stunned out by Sonic Roland. Sonic Roland trying to send that low through. Can't quite find it all the way out, so Jack British has it. Jack British sending it down to Zamasu. Zamasu on the floor, juking with tons of space, tons of open lanes, finding in the form of Dill Warby. No!
Whoa.
Duller Ranger with the save said, he can't quite get it out, so it will be picked up by Jack British. Jack British taking that open lane all day long, putting up his team 3-2.
That was a gorgeous save coming in from Duller, looking sharp as ever, but Jack British not skittish at all, coming in like a spy practically with the swoop with the save. And because of that, Duller left the goal trying to get the clear. Because of that, they had the open one to take the 1-point advantage. Trash Pandas are now opening up their round nicely.
Indeed, a little scuffed on the joust, but EXE does get it off, sending that up to Duller Ranger just outside the bubble. Duller gets stunned out by Jack British. Picked up now by Sonic Roland. Sonic looking for Storm, can't quite find him, so it'll be in the hands of Zamasu. Zamasu just kind of walking with it, has plenty of space. Tries to send that through, takes an unfavorable bounce, so Sonic Roland picks that up. Sonic sending that to Duller Ranger. Duller Ranger with a little bit of space to get it to Storm. Storm taking the shot, and yeah, the answer is here and now, putting the team up 4-3.
And anyone who was, maybe didn't catch it, just look at the replay here. Important thing, the pass was soft enough to catch because there was a lot of defense in the way, but one of the important things that's such a focal point of a lot of these streams is a lot of teams that are trying to climb up the ranks, they'll get a little panic when the defense is draped over them, and they'll throw a really hard-to-catch pass. But if you throw it with the right touch, you don't even have to be mega accurate necessarily, as long as it's placed right and it's soft enough to catch. And that really opened up the lane there because of that soft pass for Storm.
Indeed, if it works, it works. But overpassing it never works. So anyway, Zamasu drifting into the bubble, taking a nice, looked like it was going to be pocket, ended up more middle of the goal, and it still somehow went in. So nice shot, 17 meters a second, 6 meters out, putting them back up 5-4 over EXE.
Very close round, and now a little bit of an increased scoring pace we're seeing, at least compared to round one. Starting to pick it up. 4.5 minutes in on this offensive joust. EXE getting a little bit struggled there and kind of caught up in the tunnel, or sorry, in the catapult, but they will still get the initial joust through regardless, and they're going to find a 3. Man, a broken play turning into great success for EXE.
Sometimes a simple 3 has such an impact and momentum when you're just exchanging those 1-point leads and then suddenly you're up by a whole goal. It's pretty awesome to see.
Void Dash, drinking green tea right now. Good idea. I haven't done that yet all season, but usually good for the voice, the casting. But lovely for you. Seems like Canada Dry also taking a trip out there. Arrow Knights, middle pocket, best pocket. Yeah, middle pocket indeed. Well, welcome Arrow Knight to the chat as well. And maybe a shot flung, but actually Duller there to snag it away. Nice clear, or nice grab, but the clear a little less so, as it's taken back by Trash Pandas.
Oh no, Trash Pandas fighting amongst themselves for the disc for a second, so they will lose it to Mort. Mort almost with the goal there, just above, bouncing off the backboard into the hands of Dill Warby. Dill Warby loses it to Storm though. Storm looking for the lane, finds it with a 3-pointer, putting them up 10-5.
Oh, that 3-point, that extra point they got there, so huge and unfortunate from Trash Pandas there. I'm sure they wish they had gotten back in the goal for that one, because those ones, you know, there's 3 minutes left, but it's one of those goals that put you ahead. You know, basically you're making the other team score an extra time by the time we get into crunch time, and that's really a lot of value with that extra point.
Indeed. Dilla Ranger, no, with the opportunity. Can't quite capitalize, though, so that will be in the hands of Mort. Mort doing a little slap thing, but doesn't quite work out for him. So it'll be in the hands of Jack British. Jack British trying to get that cleared all the way through, and it is good. Going to bounce into the bubble. No one's there. No one's home. Goal is open. No, the stun comes through in time. Just in time. So it'll be picked up by Dark Poor Boy, who gets a little slap off into the hands of Sonic Roland. Sonic Roland trying to get that cleared through. Can't quite find the clear. So it'll bounce around some more into the hands of Jack British. Dill Warby now with it, sending it back to Jack British. Jack looking for Zamasu, looking for the dunk, and there it is. Bounce shot off of the head or off the rim. Didn't see which. Either way, it's points, and they are only down by 3 now.
Yeah, nice passes, nice hands, jazz hands even. Sup, Jazz Dash in the chat. Hyena Dragon also. And Aero Knight said, important DM to Psych. More important than the cast. Maybe. But
look,
okay,
I only have 2 screens, Arrow. What do you want from me? I can't look at chat and the game and Discord. Stop overwhelming me.
look at what you're doing, Aero Knight. Look at what you've done. You know what? I'm glad Dimwee called you out on stream in the Master Qualifiers. You deserve it.
Oh no, and you know what they did deserve? They deserved that goal considering it was left open, but they couldn't quite find it. So now picked up by Zamasu. Zamasu finding Jack British just outside the bubble. Opts to reset. Zamasu doing some jukes, doing some moves, doing some ducks, and oh my god, what a save! Picked up and cleared out by EXE.
Oh boy, right off the body as it will be taken back by Dark to Zamasu over to the opposite lane. Taking it in, trying to swirl around that Geo. Dill Warby now, and it will float into the goal. Oh my goodness gracious. Off of the stun, it looked like. Well, a goal is a goal is a goal. It's only a 1-point game here. Advantage to EXE.
I have no words. I don't even know how that happened. But you know what? As you said, points is points. It works. They're only down by 1 with just about 40 seconds to go. Let's see what happens.
You gotta be careful here on this joust. You know, they have the advantage now. 1-point game again, 30 seconds left. So Trash Panda's trying to prevent that round 3. They can do it with a takeaway, but no way. Tap out and just sneaks past a couple of goalkeepers, unable to track that disc. Only 20 seconds left in possession at this point. EXE can definitely just hold it out, and you can see they're doing that to drag out multiple defenders. Maybe find one more goal if they can. Time winding down.
Winding down indeed. That hold from Storm back in the trap area might have been enough to do it. Jack British with it, getting stunned out. Stuck on their side of the field. They've got to get rid of it. Do something now. 2 seconds. Bouncing. No, not enough. And so EXE will take this round 10-9.
All right, so round 3 indeed. No overtime yet, but both rounds have definitely been entertaining and close in spurts. It was towards the end of the first round, really just the last minute and a half, 2 minutes that the Trash Pandas had pulled away. But this time around, I mean, just narrowly escaping with that victory was EXE. But competitive as always, as ever.
You know, both of the games that I've casted so far have gone to round 3, so maybe it is a caster's curse.
I'm not sure it's a curse though. I think that's a good thing. It's a great thing. It's I don't know, casters bless, you know. Bless you, chat. Bless you. Bless bread sauce too. That sounds like it'd go good with cheese. First time chatter there. So welcome. Glad to have you guys.
Nova in chat saying Panda's forcing plays. They are. As Queen pointed out, they're forcing a lot of overcommits, which has been interesting to see how that's impacted their gameplay. And I'm sure we'll continue to see that in round 3 because it's been working for them.
And Peggy VR with a hydrate. I'll get that for you right now. Why,
I know, Arrow, Gov in a box. I forgot to turn my background green. It's my fault.
It happens. That said, you know what is happening? Round 3, so let's get to it. Final one, 10 minutes here in this best of 3 formats. So off and underway. Maybe even faster than round 2. Let's see. There you go. It will be Jack British, the first possession, but throws it right over to the interception from Duller. Another interception from Dark and Jack again in the midfield. No one in the goal currently, but a couple orange players on the disc as Storm gets the clear.
Trying to get that clear, ends up bouncing off of some geos, eventually into the hands of Dilwarby. Dilwarby looking for a clear now. Bouncing off the ceiling, into the hands of Sonic, who barely gets that slap off in time before getting stunned out, into the hands of Mort. So Mort has it now, trying to find a clear, finds Dilwarby instead. Dilwarby passing that up to Zamasu. Zamasu break checking and trying to block. What a move. Gets that pass off to Dark Poor Boy. Dark Poor Boy taking a bold shot on the goalie. But then that goalie's going to get that cleared all the way through into Trash Panda's side.
Yeah, really couldn't get a lot of sauce behind the shot, but the recovery, nevertheless, and a little 360 as well. Couldn't find the clear, but I guess turns into a self-pass. They might have a dribble up the floor, going for it right there, trying to sneak past the defender. There's one near the goal, but 3 players now joining in the bubble for a lone defender. Storm trying to wait for the teammates to rejoin, and indeed they do, turning into a 3-on-3 inside the bubble as they all get into a pile-up at the bottom of it. Another clear, another take back from Jack.
Jack with it now, drifting in, looking for options, finds Zamasu. Zamasu tries to take the shot, but Storm said, get that out of my house, and clears that all the way through into Trash Panda's side. Storm picking up his own clear, almost actually, gets stunned out instead. It'll be in the hands of Jack British. Jack getting that cleared through. Bouncing around, no one's quite there yet. Oh no, the EXE stack can't handle it. Zamasu taking the 0 angle, almost finding the goal, but can't quite find it. Looks like almost a self-clear, but thankfully Jack British is there.
And now the defense, all near that bubble at the very least. A lot of the offensive players just getting into position on the front line. Pass over to the right side. The good coverage on the left, so that's going to force another reset. Again, the aggressive defense, just forcing those back passes. And honestly, Trash Pandas looking comfortable in it thus far. They're not too panicked. They're trying to be patient with the passes, find the lane, and there it may be. No, off the dome it looked like, as another denial one way or the other. But all the meanwhile, a recovery there. Nobody in the goal. They have the angle. They've got the shots. 2 points, Trash Pandas.
We're seeing a lot of really good discipline from Trash Pandas. Those gentle back and forth passes, just slowly pulling people out of the bubble. It's amazing to see how slow they're willing to play.
Yeah, I really like that. I mean, it did. The first shot did go off the head there, it looked like, but the quick recovery and defense just leaving the goal, which has happened a couple times here for EXE across the rounds, where they send in all the defenders out the bubble to go take care of the disc. But then a turnover results in the open goal, so definitely got to be careful about that. And just as well, that shot, 2 defenders there, not going to let that happen.
Was a bold shot, didn't quite work out, ends up cleared into EXE's end. Jack British has an open goal, not for long, opts for the pass instead to Dark Poor Boy. Dark Poor Boy taking the shot instead and finds the 3-pointer, putting up 5-0. There'll be about 6.5 minutes left to go by the time the Joust counter counts down.
And again, those open threes hurt, even more so the later in the match that you get. Where all the sweat is flowing. You've been going at an intense match for 20 to 30 minutes, and those extra points will wear you down, both on the scoreboard and just mentally speaking. Another pickoff here. That could be the start of a snowball, but no, Duller trying to deny that, and they might have an open goal on the other end, but couldn't wrangle the disc. A good stun on Mort at the barrier.
In the hands of Jack British, who goes for that reset to that backstack. The backstack looking to dribble now through the tubes. They're through, unfortunately overshoot the disc together, but Dark Poor Boy is able to pick it up and send it up to Zamasu. Zamasu doing some moves, looking for a cut, finds it in the form of Dilwarby, who slams that in with vigor, putting them up 7-0.
Absolutely slick pass, and the finish as well, and a wise timeout taken by EXE on that note, recognizing it's starting to get out of hand, but they've still got some time to rebound. So talking it over now in this 3rd round. Now, of notes,
I always wonder.
Of note, just for those curious, after this match, we will be going into an anticipated one between Ace and the Bite of 87. Just as soon as this one is over with. Again, we're in the 3rd round currently, and then top of the hour. More or less. We're looking at, let's see, the Starcade versus Team Stardust. That match also a Castle Match Redemption, which of course for you guys who are watching on VRML 1, you can redeem 15,000 points there to get a guaranteed cast at some point within basically a 2-week span is what we try to aim for, but usually it's within the same week, usually.
Yep. I love when teams aren't afraid to take their timeouts for mental reasons. You know, that mental reset is such a massive part of the game because when your whole, when your whole team isn't in it, when your heads aren't in it, you're not going to play well and you're going to end up doing more damage. And what better time to take it than round 3, right? It's not like you're going to use it for anything else. Knock on wood, please. Nobody lag out now that I've said that, please.
Oh, you talked about caster's curses earlier, so you're really challenging it now. But we'll see. That the timeout, they opted to use a couple minutes out of it. But it looks like they're ready and rearing to go for EXE. They've got 5.5 minutes to make up the difference of 7 points.
Storm with the disc now, walking it up a little before finding Mort. Mort immediately sending that upfield to Sonic Roland, who tries to reset that back, ends up self-clearing it all the way down into his own bubble. Jack British with it just outside the bubble. No numbers advantage, so smartly waiting for an option. Almost finds Zamasu, instead finds Storm. Storm trying to get that sent out, ends up bouncing off a nest. Picked up by Sonic Roland. Sonic Roland off the head of a player of Trash Pandas, now in the hands of Dill Warby. Dill Warby taking a shot, but no! Mort saves that and tries to get that sent through.
Really important save there. They cannot afford to give more score, especially threes, but that said, I mean, really, just holding strong. You know, the Trash Pandas, 7 points, and that said, I mean, they don't even, at this point, they know the clock is their biggest friend because as this ticks down in the final half of round 3, it's just going to be a more and more strained and aggressive defense from EXE forced out of the bubble. And we know that's a tough thing to contest with for a stall-heavy offense who's in the lead.
Pally, I'm so sorry I have to do this. Mosky redeemed channel points. Why don't oysters donate to charity?
Why?
Because they're shellfish. You're welcome, Mosky.
Oh, dear. Well, thank you for that, Mosky. Selfish.
And thank you for that shot, Mort.
Yeah, that was a pearl. How about it? Good job. You know, I feel like I should have saw that one coming. I was trying to figure it out, but too much pressure.
Oh my god. Anyway, now only down by 4 with about 3.5 minutes left to go. They'll have time to recover. They'll have time to come back. If that goes in, no, not quite. Those always hurt, especially when you're down. They'll have another opportunity, though, and off the head, they'll put that in. Only down by 2 points now with about 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go.
Wow. What a turnaround this is starting to become. And shout out as well. I mean, nice save attempt there as it went off the dome you saw, but yeah, this is a close one. Only 3.5 minutes in the final round. Let's see what this one provides. Trash Panda is certainly not feeling quite in a position of luxury like they did just a minute and a half ago.
Indeed, that's bouncing into the bubble now, just off of the post. Picked up by Jack British. Gets his pocket picked by Dilla Ranger. Dilla Ranger can't find the clear. Little bounce off of Cloud. Picked up by Dill Warby. He's going to lose that immediately. And lose that immediately again now in the hands of Jack British. Looking for options, looking for space. Waiting for the team to get set up. Smartly just slowly drifting in. Sending that up to Dark Poor Boy. Dark Poor Boy looking for options. Finds Zamasu. Zamasu resets to Jack British just outside the bubble. Jack getting a duck, getting a cross. No!
Oh.
Off the ding ring. You guys needed that. And that clear will go all the way through into Trash Panda's end.
Oh, one of the few times maybe the extra pass wasn't quite worth it. Could not get it to go, and that could be a costly turnover, although they do a great job at getting the stacks back because, hey, we always say, at least I always do, it's not about the mistakes you make, it's how you recover from them. It's how quickly you recover from them. So the focus is certainly there. Trash Pandas trying to get back into the mix and hang on to that narrow lead, although it's Dollar Ranger. Oh, could it be? That would have been a huge shot to hit, and that would have put them in the lead as well with only 2 minutes left. So a big grab, but a big miss just the same, as it's now maybe an open lane, conceded over as Dill is going to drive it in and slam it home right from within a couple feet. They're up by 4. A little bit of breathing room, but only a little.
That is exactly what EXE did not need. It always sucks when you're under about 3 minutes and you start your lead starts extending and you're down by more. It's just yikes. But anyway, they've got the opportunity now. Storm has it on Joust advantage, sending that up to Mort immediately. Mort gets it stolen, though. There's the long shot. Not going to be good. Under the goal. Picked up now by Dark Poor Boy, though, who's going to... Oh, I don't know if that catch was on the other side of the goal or what, but points are points. And they are now up 11-5.
Yeah, a big hit either or. Now the breathing room finally there. So with that, 1 minute remaining, and it'll have to be very, very quick on these launches to really have a chance to come back for EXE. And they know that. I mean, they're rushing down the floor currently, but another pick off by Dark, and this is going to all but secure it in this third round here, especially if they can get a clear or even another score.
Oh, a solid dribble attempt, and despite a bounce, Zamasu with the open lane, another 3 points, and if I'm capable of doing math, I think that's ice.
Yes, indeed, that will be. So 14-5. Again, for everyone in here, we do have Ace coming up right after this versus a Bite of 87, the much hype-voted match that was. Suffice to say. So as we wind down the remaining seconds here, I'll kick you over to the score screen and whatnot, but it'll be a pretty quick intermission. Don't have too much time to talk about the stats, unfortunately, but very fun match. I mean, anytime you get the third rounders, Trash Pandas were just able to clutch it up in the end.
Indeed, only about 10 seconds left now. We'll see if anybody can just add some points to the scoreboard for the sake of adding points. The long shot coming through. The mail slot's no good, though. Jack British is just going to wait for that clock to run down, and that is the end of our game.
That it is. Congrats to the Trash Pandas for the successful 3-round winner. Over to the scoreboard again, and we will be back with your next match in a hot second. Ace versus a Bite of 87. All right, everybody. Hello, and welcome back to VR Master League Channel 1. Today we've got for you the Bite of 87 versus Ace. Some very high caliber teams here looking to climb up that ladder and make their way into Masters potentially after this cycle. On the cast here today, though, first, you got me, you got Palidore, and I'm also remembering your channel poll. Don't worry, I'll get that soon. But also, we've got ourselves a Hanavelli in the stream with a face reveal. Oh my. What's up, Hana?
Oh my. Hello. This is me.
It's a world premiere event.
Yeah. It's been a while since I casted. I think the last time I casted was like season 3, but I'm really glad to be back, and especially with this kind of match.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, again, I think the highest hype vote match of the night, or maybe the second highest. There is also a master match in a couple hours or so, or hour and a half. But yeah, this was definitely a hyped up one. People wanting to see the stream, so people, we're here. Thanks for joining. Off into the first round, and I will still get you guys the prediction poll in like the next 15 seconds. Eyes out.
So it will be the initial joust, and it will be taken over by an ace and just a headbutt there. But it will be, oh, that was almost a 2 coming in from ace for just their very fast backstack. It will be Saluna trying to go for 2, but she misses it, but Saluna just picks it back up off the bounce.
All right, channel poll is up. You've got 2 minutes, so if you're going to vote and you're going to bet, do it now. Nice first score, though, coming in from Ace. Saluna assisted by Rosie there. A couple more of those familiar faces we just saw over in Virginia at the Redshift Champion Series a few weeks ago. Fun times, and that's kind of when we got a great look at that team for the, I think, first time on stream, as hold on, maybe off of that tap. That would have been a really nice hit. But back to the bite of 87 here on possession.
It will be Pigeon just trying to work his way down the court, just trying to just set up some passes. He's going to go for that cross pass over to Swagwar. Swagwar, they're just playing very slow here, very controlled. Swagwar is going to pass it up high in the ceiling to time over to Ryref. Ryref on the backboard. Let's see if he can hit it, and he hits the 2 off the backboard.
Tricky, trying to stop someone from that spot on the backboard. You saw the jukes and the goalies kind of hesitant to fully commit because, I mean, you commit and you jump on those once the anchored player already has control. Obviously, you really risk the jukes, you know, up and under and such, but then again, you stay too far in there and you risk the old technical goals sometimes. It's a tough way to maneuver around there, but a strong place for the offense.
Yeah, it was very good control, but now it will be Rosie Hope just working her way up the court, trying to just set up a pass, I think. Rosie passing up high to Saluna. Saluna is on the ceiling, working her way around, passing it up on the backboard. Oh, which will be misdirected. Now it will be Pigeon picking it up, clearing it down mid. There isn't a stack because it was broken. Will be picked up by Rosie Hope, but it will be stolen by Swagwar. Swagwar going for the shot and hitting it. Wow, what a turnover.
Yeah, big shot there from Swag to take a 3-point lead. Good to see Swagwar on a team. Definitely a player that kind of was conspicuously absent at the very, very beginning of the season, but quickly got to the team. Not really surprised to see whatsoever. And yeah, these are 2 of the teams basically in that Diamond division area that people are keeping their eyes on. There's a lot of volatility in Diamond this season, and that applies actually for both NA and EU in this promotion relegation system.
Yeah, the skill gap has definitely closed a little bit as in this offseason with, you know, Nepa rolling around. But it will be Saluna on the ceiling again, getting that fast. But oh my god, what a save from Swagwar. And they will be cleared out by the bite of 87.
Yeah, this is why I'm saying, you know, Swag, just a very complete player for sure. Defense, offense, green, Pigeon, no nonsense on the shot. They ain't missing. 8-2, and a good 6-point lead. Only 3 minutes into this first.
You know, just a very, very good save coming in from Swagwar, who is a very well-established player, as you've said. And it will be Ace, though, with a very established roster going out the tunnel. Dash with the QB, passing it over to the left tunnel, over to Rosie. Rosie working her way up, passing it across low to Rox. Rox now just sitting on the station, trying to pass across, working through this stack of from Bite of 87. Rosie just trying to get a pass up high. The front stack from 87 will be there, though. Dash has possession. Will be over to Saluna. Saluna is now just working her way up. Going in for that reset. Dash now just kind of floating backwards. Could be a turnover, but there isn't a stack. But Saluna passing it over the shoulder, back cross, and the shot. Good shot from Rox.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the patience they showed on that play. Great to see Dash back, by the way. He was a recipient of that first backline pass, that first reset, and really, Dash, one of those players who was just a complete anchor. I don't mean that in the traditional, but like as a player, wherever he is, he brings stability to that side of the field, that portion of the field, and really enabled those lanes to open up. The passes were executed wonderfully. Also, hi, Andy. By the way, I saw your message. Fun fact, did you know not only is Andy a pilot, he also pilots motorcycles? Could you do such a thing? He can.
Well, it will be turned over. Rox trying to go for that mail slot, but it will be missed. But it will be picked up by Saluna. Saluna going for that reset to Rox. Rox just ducking Pigeon, working his way up the court. Maybe going for the reset. Yep, over to Rosie. Rosie passing it up to the ceiling. Saluna working way through, going for that cut and save.
Oh, no!
No!
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Pain.
that sucks.
Pain.
That sucks.
Misfortune. and pain. That's all.
Pain.
First of all, I'm surprised that was even a savable save, if you know what I mean. But nonetheless, a save, but then just kind of fumbled with the disc. Oh dear, oh dear.
Ryref just passing it over across. Just a lot of patience between both teams. Like both of these teams, I mean. Just a lot of back and forth passes, not really rushing completely and just going in for like a boost and clear play, like how most teams do. But it will be a missed pass. Time trying to get to the disc, but he will be working against the stack. Rocks with the shot. He shoots it, and he gets it in.
What a hit! Like a shooting star, just falling to the side as it hits the opposite side of the goal. That was a wondrous shot.
It truly was. It just, 87, they really need to hit their passes here. But it will be them with the disc again. Let's see if they can make anything of it. Pigeon is now just being very patient with this front stack on QB. Passing it over to Ryref. Ryref going cross over to Time. Time just trying to hit Swagboard, but it will be a very unfortunate bounce and picked up by that stack of from Ace.
And deep down it goes. The recovery here from Rocks, perhaps. No, Green Pigeon actually getting there a split second sooner, but still Luna there getting even quicker on the recovery. A quick pass down below. Losing the handles was Rosie. Finds the disc right back, and the steal picked off by Ryref. Ryref into that left tunnel where it's once again intercepted. The defense now straggling back into position. Likewise, the offense trying to find theirs. But of course, stabilizing that back line was Dash up to Saluna. Rocks inside the bubble. Rosie over on the other side, and Rosie with a shot, and they get it right past Swag there, who was bothered by Rocks, and just beautiful coordinated effort there on the push.
Yeah, I can really see a lot of chemistry between both these teams, but Ace, they pick up on these turnovers and just almost all the time turn them into points, and it's really beneficial for them, as we can see here. But it will be a bite of 87 going out with this QB rollout. Time with the disc kind of floating up, going for that cross pass, will be pressured by the stack, but Swag War will now have it. Swag just in the midfield, but still kind of on orange side. Swag now going through the left tunnel, trying to set up a pass here, maybe. And it will be passed over to Pigeon. Pigeon now back to Ryref.
And now they're trying to play a little bit of that slow game too. They're only down by 3 points, so they definitely can afford the time to find a high-quality shot. Question is, will they? Because those stacks, well, now splitting off, but just very quick on the hands and with the defense, but even quicker on the pass. Oh, didn't quite have the wingspan. Ironic for a Pigeon, but that says they're gonna still get it in. And who was that who shot it? Time, I believe, as they will find that 1 point differential. Nice hit.
As some may say, that was intentional. But, Pigeon just kind of missed the dunk there, but he, with his big brain of his, he passed over to the backboard over to Time, and he just made it in. But it will be Dash picking up the disc over here for Ace, just going for this nice controlled QB play, but there will be a stack there now broken. Saluna now just sitting in the midfield, trying to see where her teammates are, but will be pressured by the stack. Pass over. Oh, it was almost misdirected, but Rocks with the disc, pushing his way up, passing it across high over to Saluna. Saluna making her way into the bubble over to Rosie. Rosie going for that pocket shot, just behind the back of the goal.
Heard a pocket full of daisies, but that's a pocket full of Rosie right there. Able to get the nice hit to put them up by a few, and this puts definitely a bite of 87 in a tough position where in the next minute they're either going to have to score a couple of twos or a single three to maybe force an overtime. Certainly a high pressure scenario, and the defense here knows it. So they're just trying their best to, nothing else, not concede the three. And they're going to see maybe a few opportunities in the goal there. And with 50 seconds left, again, now they're playing the clock. Do we shoot a three? Do we go for that quick two? They'll take whatever they can get, but instead they lose it out. And Dash trying to slap it, loses the handles as well. That goes off the Geo, and another slap recovery. Time a-ticking.
Now, with the time remaining, they need to hit a three here if they want to bring it to overtime, or they could just hit very quick twos, but it's more likely for the three. But Pigeon will be pushing up, and it will be stuffed by Rocks Titan. Rocks going in for that clear, but it won't be just out. It will be picked up by Bite of 87 stack. They're passing it up high. They have the three.
Ooh, jeez.
No! Swag just dinged it. but Time will be picking it up. He will be pressured by the stack. They do have possession again. Can they hit the shot? Oh,
Oh my God!
oh my God!
What a pocket! What a
What
pocket!
a shot!
What
Wow.
a pocket! Oh my goodness,
Oh
Pigeon!
my God! Pigeon, the perfect shot placement. He couldn't have done better. Wow.
That was insanity. Did not think that was going to happen, but I am absolutely happy that it did, because we've got an OT, sudden death, 2 minutes on the clock, and a quick headbutt there. We'll drop back into the mid lane, recovered by Time. Time quickly down to Ryruff. They have an opportunity to steal one here on the comeback scenario. Ryruff with the disc. Ryruff has the angles. They got the pass. They've got the finish. It's 15-13 overtime. The bite of 87.
Wow. What a round one. That's just the first round. I can't believe that last part. That shot from Pigeon was crazy.
Wow, yeah. What what an unlikely, the perfect pocket, and then the finisher there by Swag off that pass. Beautiful way to come back. It would have been easy to, after a few of those rough bounces towards the end of the first, to maybe say, okay, this one's over, you know, next round's ours, but no. They stuck with it, and now they made this extremely interesting, as if it wasn't already.
Yeah, that, just what a round. Wow, just two very talented, like, I don't know what to say. There's not words that can describe what's going on right now. That was just, that was, oh my God, I can't. I can't, like, I'm just fumbling on every word, but just, what a round. I can't, there's so much.
And we see, I mean, yeah, Twitch chat, they definitely were enjoying it there. I saw earlier on Boop in there somewhere mentioning how, looking at the roster of Ace, I believe, you know, thinking, oh, this should be a master team perhaps. And yeah, kind of one of those teams, I know there's a few of them in Europe, where they're part of that really volatile Diamond division where you say, okay, this team is definitely master caliber. Are they going to be able to get there? And you know, what's it looking like? Because there are actually a good handful of teams just like that where you say, this Diamond team could easily be master. This Diamond team could easily be master. This Bite of 87 team, same kind of thing. I mean, they just showed it there in that overtime win as we launch off in round 2 now.
You know, just two very promising teams, and, you know, this Time just very securing that opinion, but Time just going in for that very quick point, just only 10 seconds into the round, but, you know, good shot placement, very good pickup by Bite of 87.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, with that, I'm very intrigued to see what we have here. We already had the 3-round series to open up the stream. This one is another one you can easily see becoming just that. We do have another match scheduled after this, by the by, as well as a My Match Redemption. But watch out, because it's Rocks. Well, oh, a good snag coming in from Ryruff. What a pick. That is not easy to do on Rocks.
Yeah, especially if, oh my...
Oh, no.
Oh, that was very close, but, you know, Swagger just picking it up. But that save from Ryruff, that was a good save. That's very difficult to do, especially on Rocks with his experience in, like, that high-tier master. So that was a good save.
Rocks is one of the tougher players, I think, in Echo Arena to stop, and it's very easy to get baited into being entered by him or otherwise juked out. He's very tricky, so excellent job by Ryruff. And then on the opposite end, Swag up by 4 points, uncontested in round 2, but obviously still plenty of time, only a minute and a half expended so far.
Yeah, so we'll be Rosie Hope just working way up the field, just trying to evade this stack here. Rocks Titan now receiving that pass. Rocks pushing up. The backstack is chasing, but they will be split here. Going for that resets to Dash. Dash is being a very strong, you know, offensive backline. Dash pushing up over to Rocks. Rocks on the backboard. Oh, the ding! And it will be picked up by Time. Time clearing it through the right tunnel.
Had a good look, just couldn't convert, and really kind of treacherous territory here for Ace. They got to be careful. They're only down by 4, but if they eat another one of those goals, especially off, you know, these narrow misses, that's where the mentals can definitely start factoring in. So on offense, they need to get it going for sure, just to prevent that avalanche from Bite of 87, because I feel like they're just a moment away from really popping this open.
Yeah, I can feel this momentum build, but it will be Swagmore passing it up across high Pigeon on the nest. working his way on the shield, just waiting, going in for that right pocket shot. Very good placement and just very good offense and offensive control.
Control indeed is the name of the game. You saw how calm, cool, collected that green pigeon looked right at the barrier. Juked, I think, the first defender without even actually knowing that they were there. But yeah, and also to get back to what I was mentioning earlier, we do have Starcade versus Team Stardust, by the way. So the 2 star teams coming up after this match, be aware. And we do have a master match a little bit later on in about an hour and some minutes. Overkill versus Oceans. So you got a lot of excitement ahead.
The Battle of the Stars. Anyways, Rosie Hump passing it across over to Rox. Rox pushing in through that bubble and just getting in that shot for the 2. Trying to just get some momentum in for Ace.
Much needed goal, and great job to secure that because only down by 4 points with plenty of time. It's just all about getting the first shot to go. That's how you build the confidence in a new round, and especially after the first round where, by all accounts, it looked like they had that round secured in the last seconds. So to see them come out now and find a little bit of calmness and confidence, they really need that for Ace in round 2.
So it will be time just on this backfield, just pushing it up. Evading the stack actually very well. Will be this dribble play, kind of. Oh, actually, never mind. It was going over to Swag. Swag going in for that bottom of the goal pass up to backboard. Now will be Ryer pushing his way in, missing the dunk.
Oh,
time now with the possession. Swag were on the shield, going in for that shot, and a good goalie stun coming in from I think Ryruff.
See, we've seen actually a few of these misses now from that backboard area where players are driving in. I think almost getting too tricky with it. They're tricking themselves out. We've seen a couple of near misses, which are kind of uncharacteristic of these teams, but of course, as the pace of Echo does pick up, at the same time, it gets much more difficult to keep that focus when you have so much defense surrounding you.
Yeah, it happens. You're not gonna hit every single shot, especially even those like kind of shots where you expect to hit it all the time. But
yeah,
we'll be Ace with the disc. They're gonna pass it over to Rox Titan on the bow tie there. Rox just being very patient, just pushing his way up very slightly, trying to just find out what this bubble is gonna do. Now they're trying to, just a missed pass over to Saluna. It will be slapped out, sort of. It will be a stack race here, but they actually will be stunned. Time clearing that all the way through onto Ace's side. And that was almost in. But it will be picked up by Swag, just losing the tracking there. Ryer back over to Cross. And on the backboard, wow. Just what? Those passes. Just very good control.
That was a doozy. Look at how quickly they moved, how efficiently. Look at that on that replay. There were no wasted motions. They just executed that perfectly off a turnover. They all got into immediately perfect position, and they found the defense scrambling and unable to cover that goal. That was great.
Yeah, it was great, but wait. Ace is just gonna go for this very deep pass. Will be a stack race picked up over by Time. Time now passing over the Ryer on the bow tie. He will be pressured here, going to go clear just all the way through to Ace's side, but will be picked up by Ace on their stack. Ace trying to clear it through, but will be picked up by Ryerf on that back line. Ryerf now just working his way very patiently, as we've seen this entire game by both teams. Swagwar pushing his way up over the cross and the shot by Time. Their chemistry is just... They're really building off this momentum that they got in like the end of the last round.
Yeah, their chemistry right now is nuclear, and you're absolutely right. It's really kind of, I feel like it's column A, column B. One, Bite of 87. They've got all the momentum in the world. They're playing really well, and for Ace, they just have not been able to kind of regain it after they lost that clincher in overtime. Essentially, it's just been since then. The 87 players all the way. I mean, there you go again. Just an open goal. They are back in position. They are absolutely in a flow.
Yeah, Bite of 87, they're just picking up on every single little turnover. And it's... Yeah, there will be a timeout here. I'm presumably by Ace, or... Yeah, presumably by Ace, just to, trying to figure out what's going on. But
Saluna there, literally ringing a bell. Always entertaining. But... I can't imagine what the comms are like at the moment, but, based on historical references, I feel like still a lot of chatting going on, and hopefully not too down. I mean, you know, 3 minutes. It's a
lot
tough
of
hill, but
dancing.
not impossible. Yeah, and you see Spirited on the other end as well for Orange side for Bite
like
of
doing a
87.
ritual.
They're feeling fine.
You know, they seem to be having fun, just really enjoying themselves. I don't blame them, especially with a team like this. I would be excited too, but
Yeah,
you know,
it's really a fine night at Freddy's, right, chat?
fun. I see what you did there. Oh, they're swimming. They're doing a lot of motions here.
Yeah, well, maybe conserving the energy. You know, conserving the energy.
Maybe this is just some form of meditation. Oh, they
Maybe.
seem to be praising the disc now.
Yeah, it's a disc worth praising. I can dig it.
And there's
But yeah, so everyone in the Twitch again, just a reminder, coming up next after this match will be the Battle of the Stars, as mentioned. Finding ourselves with Starcade versus the Stardust, Team Stardust rather. And let me see, about 1 hour, well, 1 minute from now, 1 hour, 1 minute, we do have the Master Match, Overkill versus Oceans. That'll be casted here on Channel 1 by Sir Dimwee and myself. And there may be a match after that to be determined, but yeah, we're rolling here after this timeout is done with.
But yeah, going back into like this game and just really analyzing it, I can definitely see both these teams hitting master. Their chemistry and just their overall playstyle. It's very well fitted and it's very intriguing.
It is. I mean, we saw, you know, even though Ace has only been able to score two points in this round, we saw in the first round, especially the majority of it, they had a lot of great passing plays and team plays that just that chemistry mentioning, that master caliber chemistry, that had them in a pretty nice flow in that initial round. But resilient as ever and with some great chemistry of their own, Bite of 87 has just done a spectacular job really across the last 10 minutes or so, extending into the last round, right? To really stay mentally engaged in it. And it's kind of one of those situations where some teams, they need that first burst, that first scoring run to really start revving up. But once they do, it's tough to stop them. And I think looking at the roster here, you know, for the Bite of 87, you have guys like Time, Swag, Ryruff, Pigeon. I mean, you're personally acquainted with a lot of these players and have played with them. Like, these are tough players to stop when they are in their offensive flow.
Yeah, their momentum definitely builds when they're just getting it in. But Dash, with this, you know, very well timeout, just pass over to Rox. But Rox now pushing his way through tunnel, trying to just control that stack, but will be just stunned by Pigeon. Pigeon now passing it down low, will be kind of missed and picked up by Ace, but a stun going through, pass over to Swagwar. Swagwar getting stuffed by Rox Titan. And that was almost a good clear, but, you know, Saluna just getting that through.
And speedy recovery coming in from the stack, slapping it towards the tunnel. Rox Titan sensing the danger, sensing the time ticking away. We're approaching that 2-minute mark here. A great snag from the green pigeon, and down the floor it goes. Recovery quickly, not a lot of time to work with, forced into a tough pass, just shoots past the midfielder, and once more into the midst of 87. And they're about to 86 ace, it feels like, in this round. They are just steps away, moments away from a victory as the clock continues to tick.
Yeah, you know, it's slowly getting towards that time gap of it just being time for it to be over. But it will be Saluna just on the nugget there. Passed over to Rosie. Rosie going for that shot, but it will be saved by Swag. It will be picked up by Ryruff. Ryruff passing it over, clearing it through that tunnel. Time now with the disc and just getting it through.
And if Swag makes this, it will complete the spectacle of a play. This is what I mean. Like I said earlier on, complete player. A very difficult save. He was draped again with defense and still managed to slap away on a save without touching any of the other players' bodies who were near him. And then gets on the other end and just casually sinks a backboard 3. That's what I mean. 17 points against Ace is not an easy thing to do. I mean, this is a feat, certainly, that they've accomplished, extending to that overtime that they forced. Just really well done.
Yeah, you know, just a completely different second round. And, you know, I want people to know that playing a team like Ace, and especially with these players that were top of Master, it is not an easy thing. And it's just, as you can see, just 87, they're just picking off every single little turnover. Time just saving that immediately. Ryder trying to clear it through, but it will be Rocks just picking it up, trying to get these final points, hopefully, for Ace to just, you know, try and get that gap smaller of the points.
Yeah.
Dash
Ooh,
pushing his way
ooh.
through. Oh, and then just the Chicago.
Well, I do appreciate the moves from Dash. Swag with a casual thumbs up, double thumbs up. In fact, was like, you know, that's fine. You can take that one. We've got the round secured, and that they did, as it will be the end of that in a sweep coming in. 87, impressed.
I'm impressed too. I thought this would be a round three, like a round three kind of game.
Yeah.
But you know, taking it in two, it's surprising.
And with that, we will leave you here on the stats screen to take a look at what those 2 rounds provided. But we will go on mute here real quick on the casting end and kind of switch off into our next match and get that for you guys in a hurry. So we'll leave it here, take a look at all the stats, and just stay tuned. We'll be back in just a couple minutes again with Starcade versus Team Stardust in a few. All right, everybody, hello and welcome back to VR Master League Channel 1. I'm Palidore, just Palidore this time, and we have Starcade versus Team Stardust. This was a Cast My Match redemption there from the Channel 1 channel points, but also had a good amount of hype votes in this match just the same, so even doubly good. So yeah, this match, the Battle of the Stars, as we pointed out in the last stream. Shout out to Hanavelli, who will not be casting this one, but did a great job in the last match there. 87 versus Spite of 87 versus Ace. And channel point, prediction poll, don't worry, I'll get that for you as always. Just making sure we get all up in here as timely as possible. So, first round about to start, and give me just a second and you'll have 2 minutes on the clock for the prediction poll. All right, so here we go. Prediction poll up. We got 2 minutes to spare. First possession now. Splash trying to find maybe a bouncing pass over on out. Good pickoff, though, by Jazz right in front of the goal. That will be picked off now. Bottom of the floor. Team filing out here. And 30 seconds into the match. Possession now going the opposite way. A little dubstep disc, perhaps. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness gracious. And it's going to be picked up by Splash, as that disc can't decide what it wants to do. Nonetheless, though, clear up into the other side. Picked off by Awaken. See if they can get Woke. Oh, the nice pass. And pass. The finish right past the defense. A grab, but nonetheless, the Technical in full Technicolor, 2 points, going to Stardust. So, Twitch chats, what's up, guys? We got Maddie Dash in there, NATO Potato, the OG! Unless you're a different NATO Potato, but I suspect not. Good to see NATO always. Patty Cakes 2006, Looney, Tambourine, Baby True, Jaden, Bart Star, the Shooting Star! I promise I said that before I even realized that was your word, Sneak. That said, trying to sneak a goal by on the 3. Jazz with a recovery, and maybe the goal. Let's see. No! It's Awaken! Closing the eyes on that. And it will be taken back again. Team Stardust, successful defense, the clear. It's gone. And maybe, oh no, it's gone! What a hit! What a hit! Splash, in fact. That is some splash damage, or damage, as I say in my native tongue. No, I don't. Wolf with the hydrate. Probably need that. Thanks. I got a little growly there. I pulled a Dimwee. We'll see Dimwee here on Cass in about 50 minutes from now in that master match. Overkill versus Oceans. So, be aware, be aware. That's it. 5 points down as the defense for Starcade lines up. Glass in the goal. Jazz out the bubble, and out it goes. No trouble at all for those Jazz hands. Going from the Twitch stream into the game itself. Now down the floor, there's Jazz somehow getting it to it first. Great pass. Oh, Glass couldn't finish, but a recovery rebound coming in from Princess Claire, the captain here for Starcade. And a quick underarm fling, though, results in a pickoff. As it's sent to midfield, Awaken all by their lonesome, and the goal is going to be capped off. Awaken for 3. Confident shot. NATO Potato pointing out the Kung shot. I feel like I have to space out when I say that sometimes, but yeah, over on the other end off that recovery, that bounce off the wall, basically. This area. But you know what I mean. Yeah, it's a shot you see more people taking, for sure. In fact, there's so many bounces now that people have gotten good at across all the ranks, or at least a lot of them. Pretty impressive stuff, for sure. Gone are the one-dimensional days. Now it's every bounce in the books. As Princess Claire, good look, good hit! Big hit. And that's quite the way to get them started off. And that was not an easy one, because not only was that a steal, but had to deal with all the defense around him. A couple of players, and somehow that concentration able to finish. That can definitely get some gas in the tank and get your team going. Beautiful hit, beautiful hit. Stardust, though, not unfamiliar with these threes. They've hit some beautiful ones themselves. Splash, that one earlier on, that Kung. So, up the top, you know, they have the point advantage. So they're not going to be in a terrible rush if they don't need to be. And I like that, of course, that smart, strategic gameplay. Will be Neat on the trap, at the trap. Kind of playing monkey in the middle there, with Princess Claire defending, just kind of poking back and forth, trying to dislodge a disc on the defense, and hey, Princess Claire does just that, so it is out of there, and so are the stacks, and maybe coming back into the goal. Still maybe a 2-on-1, that goal left open, and a late recovery, a delayed recovery that is. Now it passed dangerously over to Princess Claire, the reset picked off instead by Neat, all nice and neat, and down the floor, down easy street, they'll find themselves with a goal, a 3, 11 points on the board. What up to Patty Cakes, as well as Jeep Girls and Swag War in the chat. Right to the next game, indeed, indeed. Timeout? Okay, timeout. So yeah, we had 3 streams in a row, and your guys' game ended like 6 minutes after, so had to kind of rush the whole stats thing and get into this match and all that stuff. You know, stressful. It's a good stress, but stressful. Rushing from stream to stream, especially on solo duties. Not that I mind too much, but it's like, you know. Gotta keep on top of things. But yeah, that was a great game, a great couple of matches we've seen here. Wow, we've seen here on stream the last hour or so. We opened things up earlier on with EXE versus Trash Pandas. Trash Pandas were able to take that one away in 3 rounds. And of course, moments ago, we saw the end of the Bite of 87 versus Ace. And the Bite of 87 able to take that in a sweep, which is also counter to the heavy connoisseur vote. There was 63-8 favoring Ace in that one. Now, in this match, we are in not only a hype voted match, but also a cast my match redemption on the channel points between Starcade and Team Stardust. This one favoring Team Stardust a little bit on the connoisseur. Let's see. 19-1, so maybe a little more than a little bit, but that said, both these teams full of players returning this season. And yeah, Sabovia 87 did indeed win. I'm kind of curious. I didn't really get to catch it because of all the frenzy getting to this next stream, this next cast. But kind of curious on what the channel points were looking like. I didn't even have time to glance at who got rewarded with what and how many points were where. But yeah, definitely a technical upset, when you look at the connoisseur votes and probably the channel predictions. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I told you, Diamond Division is super, super volatile. Across these last 2 seasons, and now more than ever, perhaps, there are so many teams there who you can very, very easily see. Yep, that's a master team. Oh, that's a future master team. That's a future master team. In any case, let's see. Let me pull up the old default. What's happening here? I think we're okay. Well, a little bit of a pause. I'm not sure why. I don't think I've gotten any pings yet, but oh, okay. Looks like actually maybe a reset here from one of the Starcade players. So either or, I mean, they've got plenty of time. Because look, if one team can score 11 points in 5 minutes, for Starcade, they're only down 9. So, or 8 rather. They can definitely make up that difference in those 5 minutes. So regardless of what the issues may or may not have been, I don't know if it's a tech issue, if it's just a reset, a substitute kind of scenario that they need, but, for the moment, they're still fine. Mighty fine. And Pattycake's asking about the channel points, Sabovia helping out there. Yeah, 15K. It's a bit. It's not cheap, but at the same time, keep in mind we have nearly 500 it was a ridiculous boost we got in week 2. Let me go take a quick look again just for my own sake. Yeah, 486. We had 415 teams in week 1. And then as always, there's always a bunch of teams in week 1 who forget to actually flag themselves as active for the first week. But then in week 2, man, went from 115 to 486. So, it's not channel point redemption thing. Not the cheapest thing in the books, but certainly with that many teams, you got to be a little bit careful. You know what I mean? But that said, we do stream, of course, on VRML pretty much every day. It's rare for us to miss a single day, especially 2 in a row. So, at least 6 out of the 7 days in the week, I usually say you can expect us to have VRML streams in the mornings, afternoons, and night times because of our 3 different regions that we support here across Echo Arena. I know we saw, even in the Twitch chat earlier on, we saw people from each of those 3 regions, which is to say Europe, North America, and Oceania. So, in any case, though, this team here, let me take a look at some stats. For Starcade, they played in Season 4. Granted, at the time, they had a lot of different names. They were, most recently, I suppose, in Season 4, that is, they were Lemonade Stand. Bum, 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 ba-dum. That team was great, I mean. Yeah, they finished last season in the Gold Division. Gold 2 to be specific, 1180 MMR. Pretty much the same roster, it looks like. They did have some switches here and there, but for the most part, same roster. Now, timeout off it looks like as we're back into the game. For Team Stardust here, the players certainly I'm familiar with, but by name a new team here in Season 5, so kind of a new amalgamation of rostered players. We get back into the mix. So we'll be handed off there to Jazz, and Jazz, oh my goodness, stuffed by Splash. Splash already with the offense earlier on, now some defense. Can they do it twice? Yes, they can. Tio with the takeout. They are just locked on at the moment, whether it's offense or defense, because For Starcade, they've had some fantastic looks at the goal, but they have just been stuffed a couple of times and denied thanks to just great defense. You can see it there again. Collapsing on Princess Claire was Tio, and enabling now a roll down the floor for the players. They stack, they split off, they shoot, they recover, they rebound, and they ding. Another rebound, though, from the midline, that secondary stack, finding the time, the disc in the right place, over by that dot, but good defense from Princess Claire, and heaving it out of there with some fury, as it will be up to the stacks to recover once more. So Awaken with the recovery. And yeah, Matty Dash there calling out Lemonade Stand. What are your other names for your team? It was you were in the offseason Luxor, I remember that. They had like I played one like mixed private match there with like a few of your players. As a pass here goes to Neat. Now Neat getting stunned and a slap away by Glass. Glass into the midfield, and meanwhile all the stacks splitting off into the brawls and into the recoveries at the wall. Bouncing off the bottom of the floor, picked off by Tio. Tio with a slinger of a pass. Another good pick by Princess Claire. Princess has been pretty on point with some of these grabs and defensive plays in the midfield. But you know what? The persistence coming in from the Blue squad, from Team Stardust, they have also been on point on defense, suffice to say. So under 3 minutes remaining here in this first round. And just trying to find the rhythm for Stardust. Starcade. For Team Stardust, they have been definitely in a strong rhythm. There it goes again. Splash. The great pick. Splash. The great jukes. And splash. Into the top pocket of the goal. Right off the backboard. Efficiency on those maneuvers to just disrupt what the defense is trying to accomplish there. Beautiful stuff. Also, what up to King? Who are you, And that is gonna do it for another 3. Man, I feel like Stardust has been putting on an incredible show here. Their defense has been actually more impressive, I think, than the offense has been to me. Even though they've scored 16 points, it's really what they've been able to do defensively. Because otherwise, I would say this is kind of a misleading round, honestly. For Starcade, they've had several good looks and just near misses and then saves that, you know, for most teams, you'd think, oh, that's unlikely, right? It's a close-up goal, they've got this. And then no, denied by the defense. Jazz there being denied by a stun. Another stun up top by Glass, trying to recover the disc, but unable to do so. So otherwise, I feel like, you know, in a kind of even scenario where, I guess, law of averages is in play, you would think, you know, some of those saves wouldn't happen, and then Starcade would be completely in this game. But man, Stardust is stifled in the defense, and then, as important as anything, they've been able to convert it into successful offense on the opposite end of the floor. So really just the complete package being shown. Takeaway there from Awaken. And into the orange field. The stacks recovering. Awaken, is that going to be in? No, picked off. It's going to be a close one off that right pocket potentially, but nice jobs by the defensive stack here to recover and send it midfield where it's intercepted, unfortunately. So time definitely expended as far as a comeback in this round, but I do think for Starcade, they're just a goal away. You know, a goal away from finding that rhythm and having a much better round 2. Even last week we saw, I personally casted several matches where, the Dusty, so lighting a match, and it must be the goal. Doing them dirty there, 18-3. Strong move and strong drive from Splash. But yeah, going back to last week, I would be careful about saying GG's just yet. You know, GR, sure. But there were definitely more than a few matches last week where one round was completely lopsided, and then round 2 went completely the opposite way. There were at least, I want to say, maybe three or four matches I casted last week that were just like that. So you better watch out. You never know how the luck of the draw and how, you know, just the flow of a game can change. But that said, Splash certainly picking up all the loose change in this round. I mean, look at that, 13 points, ridiculous, and a strong opening opening round to this match. 21 points is a big feat. All right, so the stats there, again, big numbers, ridiculous numbers, in fact, put on both defensively and offensively. It's really I was more impressed again by the defense, but what's my hair doing here? But the offense was just much more, or the defense was much more, I guess, high degree of difficulty, you know, because the defense created a lot of open shots for them and open opportunities and things like that. Early on, they got a couple of those threes, that Kung shot from Splash. There were a lot of, you know, impressive stuff on offense, but it was predicated off what they did defensively to dislodge the disc over and over. You know, you can see it right there on that last replay too, right? There were a lot of opportunities where you think that's high percentage, that's probably going to be a score, and then no, they just stuff it. So impressive. I'm very impressed by what they've done. But round 2, different story. Perhaps I've seen it way too many times to ever doubt it. So, you know, using this intermission to the best of their ability, switching up the game plan a little bit, and we can have an entirely different round 2. To be determined, though. Let's see. The stack's off, and that is a blazingly hot one coming in. We will not be able to recover the disc, though it looks like not quite yet. Some nice ping-ponging there from the blue stacks, Team Stardust. Down the floor and into the trap. It's going to be picked, secured by Splash up high. Now Princess Claire going into the goal. Cross pass over on the offense. Neat 1-on-1 and gets it done. Neat the first couple of points for Team Stardust. Also, shout out to Simple Docs and Zori in the chat. Glad to see you guys just the same. Now, Princess Claire on this launch deep down the floor and picked off by that defensive stack. Really just doing a great job to play the lanes. They do kind of send a haphazard clear that does get struggled now. Both teams really having struggles with the handles on the disc. And the quick clears down the floor. Briskly is it recovered by Neat. 3 different players for Team Stardust on that recovery. They send it into the trap. Glass here trying to contest. And all players now are trying to latch on. Those double stacks for Orange. I'm missing a couple of grabs there and actually getting stunned out by, who was that? Awaken, I think, doing a good job. Meanwhile, in the back lane, good pass sliced through to Awaken. Awaken up high, finding Splash. One more crossed over. The extra passes, but Princess Claire able to secure that recovery. And now they're down the floor in a hurry, so this could be the opening they need, the opportunity perhaps. That just might go in. It was nearly there, but secured by Jazz. Able to find the guaranteed 2. So I do think that 3 was going to be a little bit off there, as you saw, but nice job to tie it up. There you go, 2 points on the board. And just like that, you know, 2 minutes into this round, they have already reached half their scoring total of round 1. You know, so we've got a lot of clock to burn. Definitely no guarantees yet. So Splash opting, as we saw in the last round, to just hold it. Once that pressure comes, doesn't need to force it, and he knows that. So some really good passing plays here. I love what I'm seeing. Great control, great patience from Team Stardust. And kind of equally commendable, though, is the defense from Starcade, actually, because they really kept their stacks together, didn't they? They got that 3 open, don't they? No! It's denied again! But Princess Claire rebound, and they're going to find the anchor shot. Princess Claire gets it done. And they're up by a pair for Claire. Ain't fair. But how about that? Round 2, like I said, different look. It happens so much. Because now they've met their scoring total from the first round. And they've still got 7 minutes to go. So all good, all good. Splash now on the QB, sending it over, and maybe another turnover. Princess Claire, now she made one earlier in that first round, that beautiful wall shot, or sorry, bounce shot. Instead of now finding a bounce pass, Jazz inverting, seeing if they can be converting. Trying to send it back one to Princess Claire. Stunned out very nicely, though, by the defense. Down the floor, but a missed grab could cost them. Let's see. Still recovered, getting back in time, but still found the lane. Quick maneuvers will capture Splash another goal. And Team Stardust ties it up. And hello again to Oliver Ending, stopping by the chat again. Congrats on the win earlier on. Trash Pandas in the 3 rounds to open up our stream about an hour and a half ago. As well as Novalux. Welcome to it as well. Good to see you. The Splash with the pass, open goal, oh the ding! Could be a costly miss, but Splash the quick tap back. Nice control again with the disc, showing a lot, and I mean a lot of poise and patience. Not getting too distraught. gets them a 2-point advantage. Back to Team Stardust now with a couple goals in a row. Also, I think I missed it early on in the rush to get to the stream, but shout out to Wolf, who did cheer 100 bits. Appreciate that very much. Sorry for the late call out. Don't know if you're still there or not, but always appreciated for sure, for sure. But now on the other end of the floor, Jazz trying to find a pass to Princess Claire. Couldn't quite get the handles, but the stuns from Glass will enable Princess Claire the time to recover and score. Well done to stick with it. Again, credit to Glass there, who was stunned at least one, if not two defenders there you might see on the replay. They were kind of lurching for it, but thanks to the brawls, really gave the open recovery to Princess. Hey, and Wolf is still in the chat, so yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Hydrate as well. And oh, nice snag again from Princess and Glass. Could it be a repeat of what we saw earlier on? No. A narrow miss will be picked off by Awaken. Clears it left lane. That's successfully through the tunnel. Now on the other end of the floor, picked off once more. And the stacks redirecting. There's Alyssa now and Glass. As Splash picks it and pops it over. Back the other end. Bit of a volley now in round 2 exchange between these teams and deadlocked at 6 apiece, although not for long I expect. We have still half of this round remaining. Of course, the first round taken by Team Stardust on blue. And Starcade just trying to make way with maybe some more defense. They have definitely picked it up on that end of the floor. Not all of it has been in the goal, as it will be successfully through by Splash again. Just unstoppable, it seems like today. But I was going to say, a lot of the successful defense we've seen from Starcade hasn't been directly in front of the goal so much as kind of right on the rims of the bubble, the outer edge, or in the midfield even, is where they've caused a lot of the damage and had a lot of the success. Because otherwise, once Team Stardust has actually worked it into the bubble and they do get that close proximity pass and drive into the goal, it's almost been a guarantee, especially if it splashes. Oh, Splash goes that! Who was it? Jazz on the beautiful pocket bottom lane. My goodness, it was a 3-pointer as well, and that is a tremendous get for them. That one extra point in what has otherwise been a round 2 stalemate of 2s. That is a very important hit to just give them that extra little boost as they go into the latter portions of round 2. So stacks splitting off, and again, I've been commending that stack here from Stardust. Or sorry, Starcade. It's very difficult. Starcade, because they have done a pretty great job of staying latched onto each other for the most part. They have not missed a ton of grabs. You can see, again, just calmly redirecting. It's kind of an unstoppable force, a movable object, and there you go, some deja vu. We saw that earlier again. You know, the front stack doing a great job to stay together, and then the back stack able to pick it off after the clear that they force. So, a really dynamic duo of stacks coming in for Starcade. Starcade, maybe, yeah, baby, it's Jazz. Ooh, what's that? Stares down the goalkeeper after the goal, too. Am I sensing some aggression, some tension, some mind games at play? 11-8, 3-point lead. All right, different round. What did I say? See, I know what I'm talking about sometimes. Much closer, like, no matter the results of this round, much closer. There you go again, another turnover. So there's, oh, that would have been good. Great grab from Splash, denying Princess Claire another highlight play. Splash, of course, has had so many highlight plays of his own. Now Awaken with a pickoff has maybe one pass to Neat down below if they do it now, but the defense was allowed to recover, so they'll opt for a back pass, a reset instead. Over on the wall, Splash taking it over to the Cloud now, to Tio. And Tio to the backboard, and will be... Oh, just stifled it! One way... Did you see that the momentum of the disc just completely stopped? I didn't quite catch what happened there, but that disc went from moving fast to not moving at all. But it got stopped there nonetheless, and the defense now maybe turning into offense for Starcade, and indeed they're up 13-8 in the last leg of round number 2. What a strong second round from them after really just having nothing go for them in round 1 whatsoever. It was all Team Stardust, but this one now, they've pulled away. They're looking much more calm and just kind of in the zone. So down the floor it goes. Next, or Neat, knowing they need to act fast. And an efficient little pass there will result in the pocket goal from Awaken. I like it. That was a quick score. They needed it. So big hits. And with 40 seconds left, it is going to really be all up to the disc control here. Basically, if you're Starcade, number 1, you don't want to turn it over. But number 2, if you turn it over, you best have someone sitting right up in there. Because otherwise, how many times have we seen it? We almost did just there. We still could just yet. It's gonna be the shot, the 3, and they tie it, and a big miscue will result in probably, no, definitely, an OT. Now, if you're Starcade, you hate to see it. If you're Palidore on the cast, you knew it was coming. Oh man. So many times in VRML across the 5 seasons now. This is why every single time I see it, you know, when there are 30 seconds, less than a minute left on the clock, basically. Anytime you're in that last minute and you're up by 3, I say every single time, guard that 3-point area. Do not allow an open 3 because that would be a killer. At most, you want to make the other team score 2 2s to come back. But because of this, we are in OT, so it's going to definitely be a big next 2 minutes coming in for Starcade to stay alive and undo the mistakes of yesteryear if they can blaze on the floor in a hurry. That disc being secured off by Splash over on the back pass. So into the midfield, into the orange field, and will be secured there by Jazz. It looked like one of the stacks for blue had gotten kind of locked up. Down the floor. Oh, big pickoff though. And this could be doom. It's going to be Neat. Neat right down on the read, though. It's Princess Claire. Excellent defense there on the goal and able to take that away. Finding the teammate there in the midfield. And that's going to be a self-pass, essentially. Now bouncing it over down to Glass, inverting and releasing that into the wall. Picked up by Claire. They've got some opportunities. They could cross it over. They could finish it, and they will. It's going to be a round 3. Overtime victory. Jazz. Assist to Princess Claire. Wipe the sweat off the brow now, because that was tense. All right, pardon me, I had to hydrate after that one. I'm going like full Dimwee way too much tonight with some of the gravel in my voice, you know. But it deserves it. What a round, and again, I mean, big miscue. One of those things you wish you could take back when you look at the VODs and like, oh man, really wish we didn't give up that open 3. But because of the fact that they were able to stay mentally strong and engaged, didn't matter. You know, they came away with a win. So that's kind of clutch. Clutching up basically when they needed to the most. And fantastic job. Like I said, you know, blowout round 1, right? 21 to 3, apparently. I thought it was 4. I'm going a little bit senile, apparently. But 21 to 3. And then turning into 15 to 13, favoring Starcade in round 2. Like I said, new round, new team. Happens all the time. So, 3rd round underway. It's a pleasure, as always. 2 overtimes on this cast so far today. We've had a couple of round 3s now. Life is good. VRML is good. Celebrating our 5-year anniversary, by the way. You guys might have seen here for VRML. So, yeah, happy season 5 of Echo. These last 2.5 years or so of, actually about 2 years, right, of VRML in Echo Arena. But 5 years overall on the whole as they find the goal. That was a neat and tidy cut. And who was that? Tio. Finishing there off a great assist. Nice way to start round 3. Yeah, VRML 5 years old now. Now first coming into the scene with Onward, but obviously expanded so much since then. And anyone who's seen those season stats just on the Echo side, I mean, we've grown exponentially there as well. Even this last week, going from 415 teams in week 1 to 486 in week 2. Oh boy. Oh goodness. And the shot snagged by, guess who? Princess Claire, like I said. Very, very capable hands there. all around the field. Super impressed with the reflexes and the instincts defensively for Claire. That said, Claire just missing the disc in the stride. Splash trying to recover. Splash does so, slings it over, but Alyssa just waiting and biding the time, knowing that it would probably go into the midfield there. So a good take back by Alyssa, but maybe some late comms as it will be stolen and taken by Teo. Teo down the floor, there's 3 players stacking off and shooting, but missing. A glancing blow on the goal. That could have been a great hit for them to go up by 5, but instead they're going to give it up into the midfield. Stacks on the recovery. There's Jazz. Jazz with some defense at the foot. A nice shield on Neat. This might actually enable some numbers, and they did have it though. The opportunities now, both teams overshooting the disc, missing a few different grabs, and just trying to find some stability in the chaos. Into the orange bubble. There's a fast stack. Quick recovery. Glass, though, getting stunned and knocked loose into the angle. Loses the handles, though. Unfortunate on that. Alyssa now able to recover after a brief miss. Now trying to back it out, and I like this strategy from Team Stardust. A lower scoring start to this round for both teams. But I like the fact that now they're trying to find a little bit of calmness, a little bit of steadiness. And anytime you get that kind of chaotic gameplay where the disc is flying everywhere, no one could even take a minute to breathe, being able to find that first breath is so important, hence the resets. That said, though, a very long pass, tough to convert upon. This could leave them hurting in a minute as Glass recovers. Glass quickly on the crossover to Alyssa. Alyssa trying to maneuver around the Geo and the floor. Right back towards Glass, but couldn't quite get the read. A little bit of a misdirection, but still picked off again. Retaining possession for Starcade, maybe, but no, gives it away. And taken off as it bounces into the orange zone. That's going to be nearly another one of those goals. And it will be, in fact, coming in from Splash. Just inside that three-point line, so a two-pointer, 4-0. And 3 minutes off the clock in the final round. Subface redeeming the hydration. Thank you, because I do in fact need it. Cranberry, in case anyone's wondering. I appreciate that, and also to answer who else said that? Inferno. Another match after this. Not. Well, yes, but no. 20 minutes from now, there's another match. That's a goal. Wow. Lighting the match. Excuse the cameras, but man, excuse Awaken. That is a huge hit because now 7 points. See, 4-0, not too bad. 7-0 though. This is where, if you're the opposite team, if you're a Starcade, you're feeling a little bit of that pressure now start to mount. Looking a little bit like round 1 started to. So. Now, the unfortunate thing, too, as I recall, I believe Starcade did expend their timeout earlier on. So they don't even have one to take now. Well, that shot would have put them in great position. Would have brought them back, right back into it. Now 7-3, but... You know, the rhythm just a little bit off. That shot, is it going to be? No. Off that left lane. Bouncing past everyone, unfortunately, on the defense for Starcade. So this will allow time for Stardust to nab it back, send it to the backfield. As they front it up to Splash, who's been a killer, and unfortunately, a pick off, a save, I think, but a stun by Splash to just time it perfectly and allow that goal to go in one way or the other. Just putting in those APMs, man. They're keeping up the actions per minute. Not leaving anything to chance. But yeah, as Midnight Trumpet points out there, yeah, 20 minutes from now. So we will have another match, but there will be a little bit of a break. As Jazz with the pass and the completion. That could get them going. Still a lot of time. 9-2. And the ice has been broken for Starcade. That's how you do it. Good morning, Callan. Good morning. And also hello to CGF on Twitch. So Tia with a disc, flicking it over to Neat. Neat on a bouncer towards the boots. Nicely placed. Awaken now. Very efficient passing. What a play, but what a save! Alyssa! The Great Wall on the defense, but unfortunately, it does get back to blue. Team Stardust on the approach. Dive from Jazz. and dislodges this disc into the midfield, slides past the defender. Now they just need to find a boost. They got 2 players nearby, but well, a nice tap boost actually coming in from Splash on the recovery. So Alyssa and Glass link up. Definitely need to keep their stack. They cannot lose it here in the midfield or there will be numbers on the other end. Blue with the possession. Team Stardust. They have possession. They have a scoring advantage. They have some time advantage, but not that much. So another recovery here. Another shot could change the tune and change the tides of battle. There's a take back by Awaken. Kind of a 180 fling backwards into a bouncy clear. Eventually Tio takes it and makes it. Big shot because that puts them into the double digits at 11 points. Up by 9 on the whole, and that is a big grab for them. Very tough for Starcade because they were playing some pretty admirable defense. They were maintaining most of their stacks, but just a little quicker to the punch, a little quicker to the shot finally was Stardust. So again, as time passes, they need quick goals like this. Great joust. It buys them the opportunity in just a few seconds flat. Tremendously done. Glass able to put that home. 4th point. Once again, keeping themselves alive. If only barely, but alive. Gotta keep that up. Also, Inferno. It's Inferno with the gifted tier 1 sub. Appreciate that very, very much. Thank you, thank you. Always appreciate all the support from the community here. Of course, these community-led casts and league for that matter, all put on by VRML and, well, nothing but Echo players. So that said, it is 11-4, 226, and I'm very curious now to see if we are going to get more of that stall game. But no, nice grab from Jazz. Maybe a second grab from Jazz. Great defense. Great defense again. You know, I'm going to shut up here because they have absolutely pounced. They need this. Can they get it? No! Oh my goodness, that is just a missed opportunity that they could have so desperately used. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left. They need to act fast. And furiously, there it is. And a hurried shot was Jazz. So they did not get the 3 that they wanted earlier on, but they still got the goal, and they did it quick enough. Quick enough. Hey, they're only down by 5. They can still definitely do this. For Team Stardust, as I was trying to say in the midfield, I am curious to see if they are going to go with a heavy stall on offense here. Because we've already seen it earlier on. And some sort of just disheveled joust. It's going to be a turnover. So watch out. This is not over. Not over at all. Over and out, but snuffing it out was Splash. Big save, and another attempt will get them back within 3. Still a minute 20 remaining. Princess Claire able to put that one home. Now, I'm very curious about what I just saw in that last launch from Team Stardust because, again, they have a lead. They had a multi-goal lead, 5 points, and they went with an entirely different joust than they've been doing pretty much the entire game. And you know, switching up late game strats like that when, you know, I'm not sure if that was the aim or what, but cost them the goal. That said, they'll get it back on the other end, so what do I know? 13-8. That could be some ice here at the moment. It's going to basically be up to another one of those quick jousts we saw from Starcade, where they just launch out and they score within seconds. Either way, man, close round, 3-round thriller once again on stream here. We had an overtime in round 2. It's been phenomenal. There's that quick joust. There's that open 3. My goodness. Teams, stop giving me heart attacks like this. You're up. Just guard the 3. Guard the 3. That said, down it goes, and indeed one more. It will be a big hit from Splash. Definitely the MVP on offense, if nothing else. But just doing everything on the floor today. Just look at this. Look at the early stats. What is this? Monstrous game coming in. From Splash. Team Stardust in 3 rounds take an 8-point victory over Starcade. Alright, so we'll make our way, and for the first time in the last hour and 47 minutes, I actually have time to breathe and to talk to the stream. Because otherwise, you can see it. Look at my hair here. I've been literally sweating getting to these next matches. Whew. Because there's been some great ones, but man, a lot of streams in a row. It gets the door a little bit hot. But yeah, okay. So we do have a little bit of time. About 12 minutes away, a master match, as noted. Very highly anticipated there. How many hype votes? 42 hype votes from the match pages. Overkill versus Oceans. So again, that's at the top of the hour, 12 minutes away. Sir Dimwee and I shall be casting that one for you guys. Be a fun time for sure. And yeah. So let me see. Yeah, like I was saying, 26 points from Splash. I mean, do I need to say more? Not only that, but 5 saves. That's what I mean. A two-way effort. Really, just not a single hole anywhere in where he was on the field. So I'm pretty impressed by that. 14 for Awaken, 3 assists, 3 saves, 3 steals. Easy 3-0 for Awaken. Neat with 2 points, 4 assists in there, 31 stuns. Tia with 4 points, 2 assists, and 3 saves, 2 steals, 36 stuns. A lot of full stat lines for sure. On the other end, Jazz had the 13 points, 2 assists, 3 saves, 3 steals, 44 stuns. Princess Claire with 9 points, 2 assists, 1 save, 1 steal, 30 stuns. I'm honestly shocked that there were definitely more steals in there. I suppose some of them maybe counted as interceptions and whatnot. But Alyssa with 4 assists, setting up teammates, 3 saves, 24 stuns. And Glass with 4 points and 3 saves as well as 24 stuns to match. So, yeah, I mean, put up a really admirable effort. I mean, you got to figure, I don't know what was going on in the first round, whether it was tech issues or what, because I know they had the timeout and some resets on, I think, Glass it was. But yeah, just were not able to get it going. You know, round 2, close game the entire way through, but turned into an overtime with some clutch ups by Stardust and then some other clutch ups by Starcade to finish it and send it to the round 3. But Stardust and again Splash just could not be stopped. The midfield defense was great, I feel like, from Starcade, but once Splash was anywhere within, you know, the 7-8 meters of the goal, it was almost a done deal, basically. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's it. I have a few minutes. I'm kind of figuring out whether I want to end this stream. I probably will. Yeah. So I'm gonna end this stream in a second here, just to make the VODs a little bit more clean, I guess, and then we'll have our next match right after that. So I won't be offline for more than like a minute, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do that. So, predictions, yes, I will get that for you right now. Thanks for the reminders. And there you go. Okay. So, last shoutouts there to TCP Damien, Patty Cakes, Baby True, CGF, Who Are Unit, King that is, Patty Cakes, Glass, it's Seahawks, and Sizzy, as well as Dill Orby. Alright, so, thanks for joining me, guys. I will be back online with Sir Dimwee and the Overkill versus Oceans match right after a short break. 9 minutes. Stay tuned.
And we're underway.
VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.